Hi everyone, my name's Carla and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video that I've literally had on my back burner list for about 5 years. So grab a warm beverage of your choice and your favorite fuzzy blanket because today we're talking about my top 3 favorite OG educational PC games. Okay, so for reference, I was born in 1987. Which makes me a whopping 35 years old. So some of these games will undoubtedly tug at the nostalgia strings of your favorite millennials' hearts. But as a millennial, there was nothing like getting scheduled time in the computer lab. You gotta understand, back in the 90s, computers were still a bit of a hot commodity in classrooms. So getting some scheduled time in the computer lab was something you waited for with bated breath. I was always especially excited for the computer lab because I was a game-obsessed little gremlin then, and I kinda still am. And I knew that computer lab time was for playing educational AF computer games. Although I will say I was one of the lucky few who had a techie dad and therefore had a personal at-home computer loaded with games to play. But without any further ado, let's segue into my top 3 favorite OG educational PC games. Number 1, Crystal Caves. Okay, so this one doesn't rank high on the educational level, but it absolutely deserves a spot on this list. I'll never forget when my dad had Crystal Caves installed on our personal at-home DOS computer. I had never seen anything like it. Sure, we had an NES and I played tons of Mario Brothers and Legend of Zelda to my heart's content, but I had never seen anything like that on a PC. Up until Crystal Caves, the only computer game I had ever seen was a text-based adventure game that me and my sister used to play all the time. Crystal Castles, however, literally changed the game for me. Crystal Caves was a side-scrolling platformer released in 1991 that was developed by Apogee Software for DOS machines. The story was simple. You played as Milo Steamwitz, a down-on-his-luck space trader. Your objective was to mine enough crystals from the planet Altair to help finance his next get-rich-quick scheme, aka advance to the next level. Admittedly, it's not mind-bending or genre-breaking, and this is very much a platformer of its age. But it is a fun little side-scroller and it has a nostalgic place in my heart. It's also available on Steam for $4.99 if you're aching to get into some legit retro PC platforming. Number 2, Midnight Rescue. Nothing screams early 1990s like those red oversized shoes and a giant magnifying glass. Of all the educational PC games we played during Computer Lab, Midnight Rescue was my absolute favorite. Midnight Rescue was a side-scrolling adventure game developed by the Learning Company and was released in 1989. You play as the mysterious Super Solver, a pseudo-private investigator that oozed cool. Your objective was to stop the Master of Mischief himself, Morty Maxell, from making Shady Glen School disappear by midnight. To do this, you have to figure out which of Morty's 5 henchmen robots are actually Morty himself before midnight. Pretty simple plot, but I remember being a frantic 6-year-old child racing to save the school by midnight. Nerd. Gameplay was pretty simple. You basically just walked around the school taking pictures and trying to capture the robots. It was up to you to piece the clues together to find out who Morty Maxell was by midnight. To be honest, I'm not even sure I remember finishing this game. Computer Lab was really only 30 minutes to an hour and I had to cycle through as many games as possible, but just seeing the title screen to this game brings me back to simpler times. Number 3. Oregon Trail. Come on now, you knew this one was coming. How could I possibly make an ode to old educational PC games and not include the "you have died of dysentery" text generator? Oregon Trail was a favorite of many a kid in the 1990s. Was it the cool black and green graphics? The sunny optimism of dying from a gastrointestinal disease aboard a covered digital wagon? Whatever it was a fan favorite and a certifiable cult hit. So much so, there's even a board game now. 'Cause what could be more exciting than a board game of an old video game? Either way, it rightfully deserves a spot on this list. And that about does it for today, friends. What were some of your favorite old PC educational games? Do you agree with my list? Let me know in the comments section below. And until next time, don't die of dysentery.